we initially met at an online dating site. Our first date was at a local sushi place here in Peoria. So we went, we had sushi. I don't know, the first date was...
Sushi, like it was simple. But then I think after that we got into more adventurous dates. So we did Slide the City, which was like a giant water slide, like a slip and slide, like down a big hill in town.
Oh yeah, like they shut down the street.
Yeah.
And they set up a water slide on the street for like 6 blocks.
That was our second date. And then I think rock climbing was in there too.
Yeah.
A baseball game was in there. Yeah. I feel like we were trying to do something once a week, like in the beginning, and then like once a week became like twice a week, and then 3 times a week, and then like just more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. This is so exciting. There's so many people here that are here for Abby and Tracy. And, you know, I've got to say, I've known Abby for, it hurts to say it out loud, 20 years. It's been a long, long time. We met when we were about 15, 16 years old through Key Club. You know, through all that time, I never met anyone that she was into, right? Just never met them in 20 years. So about 4 years ago is when Abby started telling me about this guy, Tracy. You know, I knew it was getting serious. I'd get these text messages from Abby, oh, we're thinking about Lollapalooza, or we're coming up for a game, or we're thinking about Bonnaroo. And I was like, oh man, Bonnaroo, that's like a camping thing. Like that's really serious.
Yeah, that's really a big part of our life is music, so I think we probably go to at least a couple major music festivals a year.
And I had done concerts before, but not festivals until him. And I think the first one was it Bonnaroo? Yeah, the first one, I mean, was no in between. Like, it was camping in a car and braving the heat in Kentucky or Tennessee and
4-day
just
festival,
doing it. Yeah. And so it's funny, like, I mean, this weekend's Lollapalooza in Chicago, so when we were thinking of a hashtag, like, it's gotta be Colorpalooza, like, duh.
I met Tracy and he was so chill. Cubs game, very quiet guy. We didn't really get a lot of time to talk through things and talk about things. I didn't really get a lot of time to grill you on things. So to me, all I knew was that, like, for me to have met you, you must have passed the Devo test. Okay, and so for those of you who don't know Devo, Devo is a cat of honor this weekend.
Devo's my very first cat that I had. I got him in 2007.
When I met Devo, I actually didn't know at that time how into cats she was.
He's, been my BFF through and through. So when I thought about having a maid of honor, I could only really think of having a cat of honor. So grad school, I mean, you know, lots of hours. You really can't give attention like a dog would need attention. So a cat was an easy pet for all of us to get in grad school. So we would take our kitten to each other's houses for play dates, and that's how it started. I'm involved in our beer fest, and probably 2 years ago now, one of our charities was a fostering group. So I got connected with them and I started fostering. Devo's like one of the most tolerant cats you'll meet. He gets annoyed like when I foster kittens, but then like at the end, like we call him the grandpa, like he's fine.
He's kind of like me with cats.
Yeah.
He tolerates them.
But it wasn't until that Abby told me that, at one point that she was like fostering cats. And I was like, okay, that sounds right. You know, I've met Devo, I know your love of cats, but I think at one point she was like, yeah, I've got like 6 cats. I've got 6 cats in the house right now. And I was like, is this true, Tracy? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, you do not let this man go. Do not let this man go.
Hi, everybody. I'm Colleen. I'm one of the bridesmaids, and I'm also aunt to your cat of honor, Devo, who is going to join us in just a minute. So if you guys would all please give Devo a loud round of applause. They're good. So earlier today, Devo shared his speech with me, so I'm gonna share it with you guys right now. So earlier we talked about his cat of honor toast, but since so many people here are allergic to Devo, he went home. But he asked me to jot down a few of his pieces of advice for his mom and his new dad to share with you on his behalf. Devo's advice for his mom and dad for a happy relationship: gaze softly into your cat's eyes, your partner's eyes. Perhaps a soft blink. Enrich your partner's environment. Reward good behaviors. Show your cat and your partner signs of affection every day. In closing, I'd like to remind you in ancient time, cats were worshipped as gods. I tolerate you both. XO, XO, Devo. Now, please join Devo and I in raising a glass to Abby and Tracy. Cheers.
Cheers.
How's it going, Pekin? Tracy chose me as the best man, and I'm not gonna lie, I think it was a great choice to have this honor. But when I think about what I'm gonna say, well, this could be dick jokes. This could be something about drinking stories, and no, we're not doing that. These things aren't important anymore. It's about families. It's about the time we spent together. And I think a lot of the people in the room are your Tracy's friends. He's just always been there. If we need a drummer for a band, who are you gonna call? The guy will go out and buy a drum kit and he'll start playing drums for your band. You wanna tile your kitchen? He goes out and gets a trowel, a bucket of mud, and he comes and he helps you tile your kitchen. Now think about, do you know another guy like that? We know that Tracy's an upstanding man, and no one's gonna argue with that. I don't know anybody that could. And that takes us to Abby. So when I met her, that was about 4 years ago, and I remember this very vividly, and I'll never forget it in my life, because here was Abby, first 5 minutes, my house. We kept feeding her, and we did it again, and she kept coming back, and we kept feeding her, and she kept coming back. Does this remind you of any, perhaps, feline, interpretation? But we've been to numerous concerts, all kinds of festivals, sporting events, cookouts, friends' cookouts, other weddings. Abby always seems to find a way to bring whiskey into places that whiskey was never allowed. Now, I always thought this was a boy's job to figure this out. But no, it's 7th inning, Rizzo hits a home run, Abby's got a little something. Where did that come from? And so, in honor of Abby's love for whiskey, is that the right word? Or her like for whiskey, I got her a little gift. Ladies and gentlemen, Tracy, Abby, rise, please. Big celebrations require big toasts. And you guys will stand with me. And we will have a big drink. Yeah. In honor of the new couple, cheers on 3. 1, 2, 3. Cheers.
Jokes aside, I've known them and I've gotten to know them as a couple throughout the last several years. They come up to Chicago often, and we've gotten to, get together and enjoy laughter together. And just having gotten to know the two of them together, you guys just really balance each other out. So I'd like to raise my glass to you. Cheers.
Pook, here we are, our best day yet. You're my BFF, my cat daddy, the first person I tell everything to, my comfort and joy. I never thought I would meet a person who thinks like me, but here you are. I love doing life with you. You make it easier and more fun. Here's to more travel, concerts, and whatever else. Because I know we can do it all together. Love you. I can't wait to see you, Abby. P.S. Let's party. You are my happily ever after. Tracy and Abby.
Abby, it's tough to put into words just how happy you make me every day. Since we met, I don't think I've had a single bad day. There will always be good days and rough ones, but since I know you're there at the end of the day, it can never be bad. I love you more than anything and can't wait to marry you. I know you feel the same way and can't wait to hear you say it at our wedding. I'll say it then, but let you read it now in my own words. I do.
Tracy and Abby, surrounded by your friends and family, you are here today to profess your desire to be legally bound to one another and to continue on your journey through life as one. There's no special magic or words that I will provide today that will make that happen. It's your love for one another that makes today possible and which will sustain you as your relationship continues to grow and change no matter what life throws at you. Know that those gathered today are here to support you as you hold on to one another and seek greater levels of joy, happiness, and peace together. Abby and Tracy, at this time, please join hands. Tracy, do you intend to marry Abby?
I do.
To love her, respect her, be her best friend, and lifelong concert date?
I do.
Abby, do you intend to marry Tracy?
I do.
To love him, respect him, be his best friend, and lifelong concert date?
Yep.
With your consent given, you will now state your vows to one another. It's through this action that you two will become one.
I, Tracy, take you, Abby, to be my wife. I promise to love you and honor you, to treasure you and respect you, and to dance beside you in good times and in bad. I vow to be honest, caring, and trustworthy, to love you as you are and not as I want you to be, for richer and for poorer, in sickness and in health, and to grow old by your side. I give you my hand, my heart, and my love, yesterday, today, and for every day forward, as long as we both shall live.
Abby, it's your turn.
I, Abby, take you, Tracy, to be my husband. I promise to love you and honor you, to treasure you and respect you, and to dance beside you in good times and bad. I vow to be honest, caring, and trustworthy, to love you as you are and not as I want you to be,
for richer and for poorer, and for sickness and in health, and to grow old by your side, and give you my hand, my heart, and my love. Yesterday, today, and for every day forward, as long as we both shall live.
With their intent and vows shared, they will now place rings on each other's fingers as a symbol of the commitment to one another. As you accept the gift of a ring from one another, wear them proudly and let them remind you each day of your commitment to love one another.
I, Tracy, give you, Abby, this ring as my symbol of my enduring love. Just as the circle of the ring completes itself, you complete me.
I, Abby, give you, Tracy, this ring as a symbol of my love. Just as the circle of the ring completes itself, so you complete me.
Abby and Tracy, you have pledged your commitment to one another in front of family and friends. By the power invested in me, I'm excited to pronounce you as wife and husband. Sealed together today, both in law and in love. Tracy, you may kiss your bride. And I'm pleased to introduce you all for the first time, Mr. and Mrs. Tracy and Abby Keller.
We are the young ones with the heart of fire. We are the sun, we are the sun. Feel it under the open sky. Hearts beat and we come alive. Oh, we have it all. Watch it fly. Time is dancing in the endless sky, racing the constellations, knowing where the days are going. So we watch them fly, watch us fly. We are the young ones with the heart of fire.
I love that you get cold when it's 71 degrees out. I love that it takes you an hour and a half to order a sandwich. I love that you get a little crinkle above your nose when you're looking at me like I'm nuts. I love that after I spend the day with you, I can still smell your perfume on my clothes. And I love that you are the last person I want to talk to before I go to sleep at night. And it's not because I'm lonely, and it's not because it's New Year's Eve. I came here tonight because when you realize you want to spend the rest of your life with somebody, you want the rest of your life to start as soon as possible.